In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you on how to cut this short. So if this is something you've been wanting to create, this is the right time for you. So what I did was to go ahead and fold my fabric right side facing right side, and I make sure that whatever I have folded should be 1/4 of my hip, which my round hip is 38. Divide by 4 is going to give me 9.5. I make sure that I have that 9.5 plus my 2" of sewing allowance, and then 2.5" for my crotch depth extension. Once I'm done doing so, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead now. I will draw a base point or a starting point. This is my base point right here, and I've also marked up my 1/2". This 1/2 will be using it to join it to the band. So I'm going to be using my waistband of 2". So my measurement is going to start from that 2" downward. I'm going to go ahead and mark from the waist to the hip depth, even though we don't really need it, but I'm just indicating it. I will mark from the waist to my crotch depth. Waist to crotch depth is by taking round hip divided by 4. So my round hip is 38 divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5. I'll be adding 2" to it because this is not a fitting pant, but we want it to be really free. You can go ahead and even up to 2.5" there. I will mark that part, which is 11.5". Then I'm going to go ahead and mark the length of my short, which I'm going to be working with 17". Take note that my measurement is starting from that 2" downward. After marking it up, what I'm going to do is to go ahead, I'll be drawing it up with straight lines. I'll take my round hip, divide it by 4. Round hip is 38 divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5. I will mark that 9.5 on my crotch depth line. Then I will add my 2 extra inch for the ease. Then I'm going to measure up whatever I have here, and I will take it up to the waistline, which is 11.5". I'm going to mark it up on the waistline. After doing so, I'm going to go ahead and connect it up with a straight line. Now remember that we divided our round hip by 4. Round hip is 38 divided by 4 is going to give me 9.5. 9.5 divided by 4 is going to give me 2.025. I will mark it up here for the crotch extension. The next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead and connect it up like this. You can use your French scarf or you can use your free hand. Whatever you choose to do is fine by you. Once I'm done doing so, the next thing I'm going to do is to go ahead now, measure up whatever I have here. I will connect it up at the hem. You can connect the same thing, or you go ahead and minus 1", which is what I have just done here. So mine is 14.2. I will minus 1". I'll be left with 13.2. All right, I'll connect it up like this. After connecting it up, what I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut that up. Once I'm done cutting it up, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and fold again my fabric into 2, making sure this time around my fabric is more wider than the front piece, okay? And make sure that I have at least extra allowance at the front, extra about 1" at the side, and then 1.5" at the top. Then I'll just go ahead and pin that up. After pinning it up, the next thing I'll do is to go ahead now and extend it up. I'll come here at the cross extension. First of all, what I'm going to do is to go ahead and extend it up by 2.025, remember. Then I'll come down. I will mark 2". But first of all, let me go ahead and connect this line straight. I'll come down here and mark 2". After marking up the 2", what I'm going to do is to connect it up. The length is supposed to be the same. I'm going to come here and do 1.5". If you're fuller behind, or if you're having big bum, make sure you go ahead and use 2" or 2.5". I'm using 1.5" this is for a smaller size of hip of 38. I'll connect it up like that. After connecting it up, I'm going to come here and extend it up by 2 inches. Then I'm going to extend it up here. Then I'll connect it up. After connecting it up, I'll go ahead and cut that up. The back is supposed to be wider than the front. We have 1 inch at the side, 2 inch at the front, 2.025 at the crotch extension, and then we also added 2 inch at this top. I hope this part is clear. I'll cut that up. After cutting it up, what I'm going to do is to go ahead and cut up the pocket of it. Move this aside. Before moving this aside, first thing we want to do is to come here and mark 1 inch downward and mark 7 inch for the pocket and notch those part up. And now we're going to move it aside. After doing so, I'll go ahead and fold my fabric into 2. Then I will mark that 7 inch. I'm going to mark here and mark here. I'll place my hand in between that 7 inch and I'm going to go ahead and connect that up. After connecting, I'll go ahead and cut it up and we'll be done with the cutting of this tutorial. Remember, you need 2 pieces for the right 2 pieces for